Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. So I wanted to post this quick video to discuss some frightening things that are happening regarding wildlife around the planet. And I'd like to start it off with yet another report, a new one. We haven't reported on any of these probably in the past month or two, but sure enough, as soon as we start moving on from the last one, more reports come in. And so if you've been following my past videos, you'll know I've done many stories about birds, especially birds that are just dropping out of the sky. And this has been happening all over the world. Now, of course, because I'm in America, I get more news reports about this from America, but it's happening everywhere, where in some cases it'll be hundreds, sometimes thousands of birds of all kinds. You know, it's not limited to one specific type of bird, but just birds of all kinds, of all sizes, will drop out of the sky. People will wake up finding their roads and their lawns totally covered in these dead birds. And in many cases, they'll hear these birds actually hitting their homes, and they'll go outside to find them literally falling from the sky. And in most of these cases, they will have scientists, wildlife experts all coming out, and 9 times out of 10, when I report on these stories, they have no official cause as to what is making these birds just drop from the sky. And so, yet again, we have this new report here, this time outside of the US, in Warsaw, Poland, where yet again, hundreds of birds were reported to have been falling, not just out of the sky, but this time literally falling out of trees between apartment blocks. And so according to the report here, some 200 jackdaws have been found in the Warsaw district of Mokotów, according to police. And the figure they have here was about 130 of these birds were found. Then the next day, it says that police found some 70 more. And as of right now, they are trying to figure out what caused it. They're sending samples out, they're doing tox screens, and like I said, I mean, this is very similar to all of these past reports. And the more you look into this, and I have, the more you find out that there's something startling happening with the wildlife around the world. Here we have a report out of Cornwall, England, where apparently thousands of fish have been washing up on the shores. Well, it says here for the 5th time in 2 weeks, thousands of fish. Now also, for those of you who don't know, there has been a massive red tide bloom happening down in both the Gulf and the Atlantic, although people living down there are saying that they have never in their life seen anything like this red tide bloom, which now is so massive that it stretches from the Gulf of Mexico to Fort Lauderdale, and we are talking billions of marine species, from birds to fish to manatees to dolphins and turtles, have all perished. Billions. Due to this massive red tide algae bloom, with many experts saying that they've never seen anything like it before, and that it's certainly the biggest that they've ever seen. We also have a report here revealing how the monarch butterfly has had a 95% decline since the 1980s in North America, and that 2/3 of all animals and insects will be extinct within 2 years. And this is according to researchers from WWF and the Zoological Society of London, who go into great detail describing how in just 2 years' time, people, the world will have lost 2/3 of all wild animals and insects. And it basically describes a planet that has crossed a tipping point. You know, a planet under great strain, a world population that is soon to hit 8 billion, the North Pole having been warmer this year than the Mediterranean in winter. And, I mean, it's just truly scary stuff. So my question is, what is causing it? Is it global warming? Is it likely a number of factors? I mean, some of this stuff can obviously be chalked up to natural causes, but again, I go back to the main point of the video, which was these birds, and what exactly it is that is causing them to fall out of the sky. There has been a lot of evidence that these birds will look as if they flew into something in the sky that basically they couldn't see, or that they didn't see coming. In other words, something that was totally invisible. So imagine something massive in the sky that was totally invisible that thousands of birds are just going to fly directly into. And the reason they know this is because they found out that many of these birds will have trauma, but it won't be from actually hitting the ground. It'll be trauma that they experienced in the sky, but there will be nothing there for them to have actually flown into. You know, we're talking vast open areas with no buildings or anything where they could be even confused into flying in something. So, crazy stuff, guys. But anyway, I'm going to jump off here. Tell me what you guys think. I'm taking the rest of the night off. I went to the dentist today and actually had my shattered tooth pulled out. So it's been a terrible week of being in pain and then actually having to be in more pain today after getting the tooth pulled, after breaking it. And so I think I'm just going to relax and start fresh tomorrow with another video. So thanks again, guys. Hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you back in just a bit.